is Social Boom, and we're doing a live hangout today for our podcast to learn more about cold calling. Justine is the expert at that. So tell us, Justine, a little bit about yourself.
Yes, my name is Justine Ronald, and I'm in Hawaii, where it's nice and warm. And I own Manifest Ventures LLC, which is a marketing company which integrates instant customer. And right now I am implementing that in Google AdWords with landing pages and lead capture for higher niche businesses.
Awesome. So Justine does similar work as I do with my company, and we do the internet marketing and help businesses with all of their marketing needs, and one of those would be cold calling. A lot of times you're getting your leads and you want to call them, or you're finding phone numbers and you want to call them, and Justine is great at cold calling. So tell us, Justine, how you use cold calling and what the tips are for using, the best tips for cold calling.
Well, I actually started cold calling last summer when I decided to help business owners at expos so that they could simplify when people come to their booths, collecting names, addresses, and emails instantly rather than having them, do the entry blank or guest book. So in order to do that, of course, I went online to see who were the past year's exhibitors, vendors. And from there, I just took, all the information. I do a little bit of research before I cold call people so that if there's something special that they do or offer, at least I have dialogue with them about how the business so that they feel that I care and I'm not just trying to call them to, have them use my services, but I try and do some type of rapport with them right off the bat. So I just honestly go down the line after I do my research, take a few notes. I just go down the line, start calling, and of course, it's not for a lot of people. They're afraid to do it, and justly so because it's uncomfortable. But what I do is I just plug their numbers in my phone number ahead of time, and then I have it all set to go. And I usually require myself to do at least 20 calls a day.
That's awesome.
And yeah, a lot of them I don't get to the decision maker. The thing that a lot of people have a hard time with is the gatekeeper. And I'm starting to do cold calls again for the services I'm offering. And again, the gatekeeper is of concern to most people.
So how do you get that to the gatekeeper?
Right now, I try and create a rapport with them, friendly. They're trying to protect their bosses and their company from all the other people that call them. So I try and start a rapport, and I try and listen to what kind of mood they may be in, and just when I'm going in, I just think about how I can serve these people, and just treat them like a human being and not try and barge myself in there. What I have done is sent an email ahead of time so that when I do call, I ask for, right now I'm targeting cosmetic dentists and plastic surgeons. So I send an email ahead of time just with a little bit of email, information about what I offer. I don't give them too much with the video. And I said, I'm calling Dr. So-and-so regarding the email that I sent. And sometimes they'll say, okay, let me get your name and number, and I ask them, does the doctor, check his emails himself, or does he filter it through the general manager, office manager or whatever, so I can kind of know who's gauging all this information. A lot of times it's just leaving a message with the gatekeeper, hoping that the doctor does call me back, and I've been very fortunate. I just started doing this, and I've had like 3 doctors call me back and telling them that they just spent a whole lot of money on some other marketing or whatever. But I think the most important thing is you can have a script, but as you go along, you tweak it as you go along. Nothing is like written in stone whenever you cold call, in my opinion. Because I'm doing this myself, I kind of, try and get to the best points, the benefits as fast as possible. And
Right.
in my case, what I offer is, getting prospects and high quality leads to call their office. Once we implement this Google AdWords with the landing page, that
Mhm.
it's guaranteed that they'll get calls or they don't pay any fees.
Right. Awesome. So what have you found, what kind of retention rate or what kind of, success are you having with doing 20 calls a day? Out of those, are you?
That it all varies. There's so many variables. It depends on the gatekeeper. It depends if, sometimes I imagine in this case I'm getting with doctors where whenever I call they're either in surgery or with the patient. So really it's if the doctor has time, and a few have. I know it's a numbers game. It's a
Mhm.
little bit different from when I was contacting the vendors at the trade
Mhm.
show. They
Mhm.
had more time, for me to talk. So I'm honestly finding that this one is a little bit, will take a little bit more effort on my part. Um,
Mhm.
at this point, I'm still tweaking because I've only been doing it for about a week. But
Awesome.
yeah,
Well, to sum up what we've talked about, the first thing was to build a rapport with the gatekeeper, and talking to them and trying to get to the person who you want to talk to. And the second thing was have a script, but still kind of tweak it in a way that is gonna be beneficial to the person you're talking to, and find out what their needs are, and come up with that through the conversation. Right?
correct. Yes.
Anything else you want to add about cold calling before we end our session here?
Um, all I could say is it's a numbers game. And when I did it for the expo, I did approximately 50 or so calls, and I was able to get 5 clients at that one trade show. So it's a lot of persistence, and it takes a mindset to do cold calling. And right now, I'm trying to find other ways to get the call to be, how can I say, more enticing that they want to call me. So I'm still tweaking my script, especially with the gatekeeper, and
Mm-hmm.
so I'm finding other ways to contact them as well, aside from cold calling. So I think it's a multi-pronged type of approach that I'm
Right.
taking.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Justine, for being on today live. And if anyone wants more information, you can contact Justine and at her company, Manifest Ventures Marketing, or you can contact me, Jenn Foster, with Biz Social Boom. And we'll talk to you guys soon. See
All
ya.
right. Thank you, Jen.
Bye.
Bye.